Good morning and welcome. My name is BMunkieGaming and we're going to be continuing our raft, not adventure, our theory crafting today. We'll go in, I will have a few new things to go through and hopefully design our raft a little bit more. Alright, I will see you in the world. And the first up on our things to go over today are ways to get up to a higher level. Now you saw on our previous, the raft thing I was making, you have this just jumping up the half levels. It's probably what I'll do. It's nice and easy. I kind of like the look. It's not that difficult. But you also have a full set of stairs, a half a set of stairs, and here's a half a set that I added some things to make it a full set, and a ladder. Now, the ladder does have a front and a back. You cannot climb up the one side, only the front. And you can actually do it at an angle as well. There we go. This is the half stairs with the couple added things. I added a half wall and then one of the floor pieces and then another half stair to make it go the same way up. Now you're like, why would you want to do that when this offers, you know, the same functionality with less resources? Well, it's not storage reasons, because I could put a storage chest under here and I could put a storage chest under there. The thing you could do with this is you could chop that one out, whereas if I chop this one out, because the posts are on it, it will fall down. Now here is the opportunity to have a place where you could get, say, your water out of. If you have your water purifier here that you don't have to worry about falling in on, which is really nice. And also, you can use it for the paint mill. And as you can see, it needs to go into the water. So you could do this here and have your paint mill in the middle of the raft instead of having to be off on the side. And that's going to be a problem with our raft here, is going underwater. That is an issue with the large raft, as you can see. Once you start getting these waves like this, it's going to try to keep it all at the same level, and one side's up on a wave and one's underneath. You can actually go underwater. I have had my oxygen come up. I don't know if a shark can attack you if he can come up here and think you're underwater. I have yet to have it happen. I'm not going to say it can't. We are in creative, so there's no chance of him attacking me to find that out. And, oh, almost went underwater there. But anyways, we don't have all that extra room on this one to be able to put those little pieces in. We will figure out something along that line. But yeah, that is the benefit over this one. Now let's go into costs on these. The large stairwell will cost us 6 planks and 3 nails, whereas a small one costs us 3 planks and 1 nail. So if you're doing just the 2 sets of stairs, you're going to be at 6 planks, 2 nails versus 6 planks, 3 nails. Now, unfortunately, that's only the stairs. That does not include the half wall, which you're looking at another 2 planks. You're now up to 8 and 2. And the floor, you're now at 12 planks and 2 nails. The overall cost of your 2 half stairs is a lot more than your 1 full stair. But like I said, it gives you the opportunity to do something like this. So there are a couple places this could be useful if you want to use it. Other than that, you know, your ladder's probably your cheapest choice out of all of them, sitting at 4 planks and 2 nails. Will get you the cheapest route to get up to the top, but it's a little more difficult to navigate. You have to be, you know, not directly on it, but as you can see there, I started going up and then off to the side. So you have to be a little more on center than you do with something that has rails, but it won't keep you from falling off. But still a lot less center on this, a lot easier to get up. It takes up a lot of more real estate, obviously, so they're your choices for elevation. I do really just like the jumping. It's nice, it's easy. I find these stairs to be really bulky and annoying to deal with. The ladders are a little annoying to climb up, I like the half ones. Really, I really like the half ones. I kind of think half stepping up your raft is probably the best way to go for aesthetic versions. Again, for resources, not really. For both physical resources and real estate, it's not your best option. But that's that. And we will go on to the next thing. And here are some of the more cosmetic things we have. We've got our calendar, which you saw, and we're going underwater again. Calendar you saw, I do kind of like. It can be annoying, but you can tell the camera gets that kind of watery look over it when we go under and come out. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, everything gets kind of blurred as if you had goggles on or something, or just water in your eyes. It's a really nice touch. Anyways, our calendar, which shows you how much you survived, how many days. Awesome. I don't think it gets reset if you die and get revived. I think it basically is how long you've played. Chair, which you can sit in. Yay! Can we look? Yeah, yay! You can't get that far out. Okay, that's it. And then E to stand up when you're done. Sadly, though, one thing you cannot do is fish from this. I have the fishing pole in hand, but it will not let you fish, so you can't sit a chair up on top and just fish off the side, which would be really nice. Maybe one day they'll implement that. I would appreciate it. Anyways, off to the next thing. You have our clocks, which you can hang on the wall, or you can stand on the ground, and they just give you an approximate time of day. What time you can actually fall asleep, I don't know. I'm going to guess maybe about 9 o'clock, but yeah. And honestly, this doesn't look like it even has a minute hand on it, so it's just going to tell you the hour. But it's there in case you need that help knowing when to sleep. And then we have torches. 3 different types of torches. They're all the same. It just depends on where you place it. On the floor, on the wall, or on the ceiling. Does different looks. They're all really cool. They give off the same light amount. They cannot be walked through, so you have to be careful about that. You could run into it, which may make the wall-mounted version your best. It does not burn through the top, which is nice, but it can give some really neat animation or look at night. Unfortunately, it's storming and it's not night, or else I could show you. But it lights up the whole floor area reddish color. It's pretty cool. Next up, we have our rug. Nice and simple. I don't think you could change colors. If you can, I haven't honestly looked too much into the cosmetics, because when I do playthroughs myself, I'm not too worried about look. I care about efficiency, function over form, basically, when I do plays that only I am paying attention to. For the YouTubes, I will make things pretty. I can do that too. It is fun. So anyways, that's the rug. This is a shelf, which you could then put stuff on if you want. You could set it there. And then this is just a shelf that's mounted on the wall, and you know, we would be able to put stuff on there if it wasn't too big. Let us grab an old shoe. Sure. And we will put the old shoe on the shelf. Bam. Just like that. And next up, just like the shelf, but a little bit bigger, we have the table. And the table can go on the wall as well for just basically a larger shelf. Easy enough. And lastly, we have our trophy boards. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the ability to spawn in the heads of the beasts that you would mount on there. Like the shark. I don't even know if I can take the shark out. But, yeah, I'm not even going to try. He's going to swim away and not be fun to chase. Anyways, you have 3 different kinds. You have the shark, which you've seen the shark head. We'll try to get that up in our actual playthrough one of these times so you can see it. You have the giant bird from the large islands, which we are close to getting to. Not yet, but maybe in the next couple episodes we'll get there. And then the pufferfish, again from the large one. And I believe that's the order. I know that's the pufferfish. I'm going to guess that one's the shark and that one's the bird. I have actually never made any of them, so I do not rightly know. But those are the cosmetics of the game. Yay! They're pretty nice. I don't tend to use lots of them. I will put some torches up, although, again, for my view, nighttime works just as well. The torches tend to get in the way, but they look nice. I like to have the calendar up just to see how close I am to getting to a year. Other than that, I'm not a huge cosmetics fan, so I usually don't deal with it too much. And so that's that. I will get on to the next thing, and I will see you in a bit. So this is what I was talking about, the nighttime effect of the lights. They just kind of give it this glow, which is really cool. It does, I mean, don't get me wrong, it can illuminate pretty decently. Now this is 3 altogether. How much a single one illuminates, let us look. If I can remove this, come on. Now, the swaying of the boat does give you a little bit of sway with your cursor, which is interesting. For the most part, it does not matter that much, but there are times if you're just at the edge of the hitbox that sway will move you off. But as for a size, that is a pretty decent amount of size of light there. I think they actually might have increased that. Either that or the last time I used it, it was just kind of being buggy because it didn't work really at all. But yeah, that's that. And then on to the next thing. How could I forget to show you signs? They are nice and simple. You can either place them on the ground or you can place them on a wall, and you can just go up, click E on one, and change the text to I can't spell, whatever you only have a certain amount of text. And I don't think there's another line. No, pressing enter just brings up your texty thing. I need to change my name. It only says Monkey, not BMunkieGaming. Haha! Learning new things every day. Anyways, that's signs. Yeah. So, we will go on to our next set over there. But to see closer, we're going to use our trusty binoculars. Now, they don't look like they do that much, which I thought they were useless to begin with because of this. They take 2 bottles and some glass and maybe some rope or something. Mostly it's the 2 bottles, which is really annoying to get. And you're like, why? Why? Well, if you scroll the right mouse button. Scroll the right mouse button. It will work. Scroll the middle mouse button. If you don't have that, I don't know what the button is. And you can adjust. Now, I still think it's pretty worthless, but hey, there you go. You got it if you have abundant resources and don't care. We also have this bow and arrow. Now, you can just, you right click to draw, you let go of the right click, it doesn't fire, it's just going to undraw. You have to then hit the left mouse button to fire. These are the metal arrows. I don't know if it's going to do the stone arrows until the metal ones are out. Yes, so let's just drop you. And now I don't know why it's not giving me stone. Let's just drop you 2 then. And then we'll pick up the basic bow. It's still showing me metal arrows. That's probably a glitch due to it being creative mode and me having unlimited ammo. But there should be a graphical difference between... if I could figure out where it is, there should be a graphical difference between the basic or the stone arrow and the metal arrow. I'm just gonna say this is a creative graphical error here. But yeah, that's the bow. It works. It even works underwater somewhat. I mean, not near, as you can see, it dropped off, but you can use it. Shark's not going to attack me. But if you have it in and you strafe backwards, you can actually hit the shark, and as long as you're moving backwards, his bite, when he does his bite animation, he stops moving forward. So if you're moving backwards, it will not be able to get you. It will do its bite. You'll hit it with your spear or your arrow, and oops, I was gonna see if I could get him. Nope. I don't think, just like you can't stab him from up here, I don't think you could shoot him from up here. Unfortunately, you cannot spawn in fresh water or food, so I had to do a little bit of purifying and fishing. But we'll start with the advanced grill. It can either take 3 of the smaller kind, and I'll just place some planks on here, or 1 of the larger one. And this is the catfish, but it's also the salmon. It will be the same size. Then you have your medium crop plot, which can grow either the watermelon or the pineapple. And I showed you the small one in our playthrough, but I guess I probably should do it in this one too, so that way if someone's watching that's not watching my playthrough can still see all the stuff. So we'll just grab out the small one, and we will grab out a radish. It helps to actually craft them. A radish and a potato, or a beet. I still don't know what the difference is between them. And you can get 3 in this, but we only have the 2, so we will just do that. And we will go ahead and water them like you need to get it to work, and we'll let those grow for a little bit. So anyways, you have the watermelon and the pineapple. Now, you, as far as I know, are not guaranteed to get a return pineapple seed or watermelon seed from harvest, just like the trees. I don't think you're guaranteed a seed. Now, that might have been changed recently, but I don't think so. I think either we just got lucky, or it's a creative thing that gives you that extra. And we need to place... Nope, it cooked all the way. Awesome. So, we'll show you the watermelon. Now, I can't show you how much it heals because, you know, again, creative, but 1 watermelon gets you 2 bites, which is nice, and it gives you water and food. The pineapple, only 1 bite, but again, some water and food. Now, you remember we had enough of the regular fish. They're nice and easy. It's, you know, again, 1 bite, one piece of food. But the larger fish both get 3 bites, I believe. 1, 2, and yeah, 3 bites out of it. So, you know, it's basically the same amount of food as 3 smaller ones. It just takes less resources to acquire, I guess. Yeah. So then we have our easy peasy mango tree. Hey, we did get a mango seed out of that. And our palm tree. Now, I don't know if there's any different amounts, like if it's a island grown tree, does it give you less resources? It almost seems like ones that are grown on your raft tend to give you more resources than ones that you find on the island. But that might just be, you know, my mind playing tricks on me because I am human and that's what minds do. But that is, I'm thinking, pretty much all of the things that are available to us, other than a couple things in here that we just haven't got to in the playthrough yet. The circuit board, the battery, and the receiver and antenna. Now, the circuit board is not used in itself. That's used to make the antenna and make the receivers. And the battery is used to charge the receiver. Now, I'll give you a quick showdown of how to at least set that up. I won't tell you what it does. You'll have to watch the playthrough for that. But I will show you at least the setup. And I will be back in a second. And something I missed out about talking about these stairs. You cannot put a floor piece on the stairs by themselves. There's nothing to do here. This does not count as a post, so you actually have to add a post on here, at least one, which adds to your total amounts. I unfortunately took down the stairs. Why, I don't know, but I did. It adds to your total amounts of resources, but you would need, for any of them, some way to support that top row. A ladder, you would need a post. The half stairs, you would need a half a post or a half a wall. So while it does add extra resources, it kind of evens out between all of them, so that's not much of an issue. But I felt that I should probably tell you, because it took me a few minutes to figure out why I couldn't place a floor up here the first time I did it. And you also want to watch out about putting things over. You need not only this one, but also the one right above it. Let's see if I can make this impossible to walk up for us. And yeah, so if that's there, you won't be able to get up. So you do have to watch a little bit about where you place things, but it's not difficult. So anyways, I'm going to set up this receiver, and I will be back shortly. Another quick tip about these crop plots. Now, while you can cover it like this, if it is raining and it is covered over top, even if it doesn't have walls, and even if you can stand down here and the rain could be hitting you, this will not get watered at all. It will just sit there and continue to be unwatered. So that's just something else to keep in mind when you're doing your building and planning, that if you want the rain to water your crops, they have to be exposed to the sky. Now, I say that, but I've had some weird instances where small crop plots on walls get watered, so your mileage may vary with that tip, but just keep in mind that that is a possibility. I've had it where it will not water because, well, I assume it's because of the ceiling, but yeah, that is just a tip or a keep in mind type thing, and I will be back yet again, maybe possibly this time, with the receiver. So you know what? I'm going to go through this receiver, putting it up with you, because there are some things to go through. So this is just the receiver down, and as you can see, it's got these 3 little wires coming out the bottom, labeled 1, 2, and 3. That's for your 3 and 10. And welcome to the good news, bad news game. Bad news is, my headset died because I forgot to charge it. If you notice a pattern, I do too. And while I got it fixed, it apparently never restarted recording the audio. So the good news is I get to practice my audio over, and I will get to where we were, and I will continue on. I will see you in a minute. Alright, now if you could see across the bottom there, we had, maybe I'll show it again, we have the 1, the 2, and the 3 spot. Now, those will attach to the antenna as you put down, and it will just go 1, 2, and 3. It's a matter of the placement, not of the proximity to the 1. So if you want to make it look nice, make sure you place it in a proper order that they attach. It doesn't matter. The cords can cross all they want. It's just a look thing. So, you know, keep that in mind when you're doing it. So then you take it and you place the battery on, and oh no, what happened? We have 2 of them that are too close to the receiver. All right, well, let's fix that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the 1. We'll place the other one there. Let's take this one, and we'll place it, because we know the 1 was far enough away, so that should be good, right? They're all, oh, that's wrong now. Oh, they're too close to the other antennas. Okay, so they have to be far enough away from the receiver and far enough away from each other. All right, let's try this now. This one has to be, hey, there we go. That one has to be far enough away. Okay, and we can take this one, and we will move it down here. All right, so now these have to be good, right? Definitely far enough away. And no, wrong altitude. And 1's too close, but the more important thing I wanted to show you was wrong altitude. That's because they all have to be on the same level. Not only that, they cannot be on the bottom level, which is why in the playthrough I said we had to build up at least 1. So they have to be elevated at least one. Now, whether it's a half a one or a full one, I'm not sure, and for whatever reason, I did not test it in this creative. But anyways, we are going to go ahead and move this to a more opportune level, and we will be back. Alright, so we got this set up. That's definitely far enough away. And as you can see, the cord is sort of going through the sail. That is just again, a visual thing. It doesn't matter for the actual device. It could do that. So it's up to you whether that bugs you or not. And now, as you can see, the battery has a little bit of durability taken out. That is its charge. When it runs out, you'd have to get a new one. They use copper. You don't use copper for anything other than these objects I'm showing you right now. And as you can see, the battery is down a little bit. But that's irrelevant. We have this green dot and a distance. Oh, man. All right, so we could just assume that the distance is how far away we are from that green dot. Now, the positioning of the green dot on the radar is based on where the radar is. The top of the screen is what is out in front of you as you're looking at the screen itself. So as you can see here in a moment, as I get this rotated, it will change where the green dot is on the screen. It doesn't change it in the location of the world, just on its relative location to the rotation of our radar. And I will do it again completely opposite to make a bigger look here in just a moment. And bam, this is the other way around. We're looking exact opposite. And as you can see, the green dot flipped sides. So, and you can also see we are not moving at all, which is probably why that paint thing wasn't working. Yay! But yeah, I'm not going to spoil what is beyond that green thing because we're not there in the playthrough yet. But that is our next objective. So if you're following along, you will see it in not too long, I hope. And next up, we have this scarecrow. Now, he's some planks, some plastic, probably some rope. And what he does is he stands watch over your crops. Now, trees don't matter. The seagulls only go after the fruit crops or the vegetable crops. And if he's close to it, the bird will go after an arm first, the other arm, and then the head. I don't remember if it goes after the body or not, or if at that point it just starts going after the fruit again. But it's just a little way to keep your crops protected. I don't think right now the crops are honestly that worth it compared to fishing. So it's not really worth the resources to build one, but if you want to or you like the look, it's there. That is an option. Yeah, a couple other things we got. These are just miscellaneous things you could get while fishing. You have the old shoe, which is a one parcel crop plot for a small crop, either a beet or a potato. Now, it's nice in the very beginning, but that's about it. You have this candle bottle, which, again, doesn't actually have any light. You got the random cat thing, which, is a random cat thing. And a mechanical dock, which I believe is a reference to their other game, Scrap Mechanic, which looked pretty cool, but I have too many distractions right now as it is. Okay, so when you pick up the flowers, you get these seeds, and you can plant the seeds for each different flower in a small crop plot or an old shoe. And it will grow, and when you pick the flower, you get, the actual flowers too, as you will see here in a minute. Okay, so here we go. We got a yellow, a blue, and a black. We got the seeds back. Again, I think this is just a creative thing. You're not guaranteed to always get seeds back, or at least you weren't. So don't expect it. But you take the flowers and you toss them in to the paint thingy. And as you can see, the wheel is not turning. I did not catch this in the playthrough, but I believe that's why the paint mill is not actually working, because we are not technically moving. So it's either like 5 or 6 that go in there, and you fill it up, and it runs, and it will fill up these paint cans in the back. Now, they look kind of empty now. When they're done, it will look full, and you could just pick them up and it'll give you some quantity of pigment. Now, I don't remember how much it gives, and unfortunately I can't tell you here because it's not working, but it gives you an amount of pigment, and each tile costs 6 pigment, so I want to say it probably gives you 6 each one, but one tile costs 6 pigment to paint, and um, each color depends on, or the amount of pigment for each color depends on that color itself. The closer towards the middle will take white, the ones towards the outside will take black, and the primary colors will take a mixture, like 2 red, 4 yellow will make a yellow green. 3 red and 3 yellow will make, or yeah, green. I know my colors will make orange, but yeah. So you'd mix and match as you want. It shows you all the diagrams, but this is it. Starting at black at the bottom, going to yellow at the far side. We start at green on the left and work our way over to blue on the right. And those are all the different colors that are available to you. Yay! All right, so thank you so much. I believe this is about the end for me. I want to thank you for watching and keeping on. I will next episode be back to the survival one. We don't have a lot left to do. I'm going to have to do a lot of behind the scenes playing to get us somewhere interesting in the next couple episodes. And yeah, then we will sadly might have to move on to a new game. I might be able to get 2 more weeks out tops before I run out of stuff to do, but yeah. Either way, I will see you next episode.